All right, in this video, we are going to review some of the InDesign shortcuts that I personally like. So if you're watching this video, you've already done the learning about InDesign in general. And I'm just going to give you some of the shortcuts that are pertinent to this project of designing a magazine layout, and also just helpful for InDesign in general. So the first one is this Command and A. Command plus A on a Mac or Control A on a PC selects all text. So why would I want to do that? Let's say that I want to change the font of all of the body text. These columns are all connected, and so I could come in here and try to select the first and try to select the last, but it gets kind of complicated. So instead, if my cursor's in the box and I push Command A, it selects everything in the text box. This includes if a text box is too small and there's oversized text, so like that you can't see the text, it's being cut off, and I go to try to change that. If I do Command A, if I'm selected in here, I have my cursor in there, it's floating, Command A, it's going to select all the text, including that is hidden. All right, so that is a really helpful shortcut. It's also really helpful in other programs outside of InDesign. So if you are working in a Google Doc and transferring your text over, it also works in that case scenario. So Command A or Control A to select all your text, very useful. The other one is kind of the opposite. Well, not the opposite, but it's helps in this case as well. It is Option Command C or Alt Command C, and that expands a text box to fit the text. So if you're on a Mac, it's this. Otherwise, you're going to see it as Option Control C. What this does and why I would want to use it is here on my author's note, I've pasted in my text. I have an error here that says you have oversized text. So if I drag this text box out, you'd see that there's more text than just that. But to be quick, and if I see that error and I'm selected this text box, I can just do Option Command C, and it's going to expand that text box out to where I need it to be to fit all the text. All right. And then the opposite of this is to shrink a text box to be the size of the text itself. So here's the bounding box, and it's kind of ugly. I have this extended down. I don't really need all that space, so I could just double click here and it shrinks it up. So that's that second one is shrink a text box to fit the actual text that's in there. So you don't have so many big boxes floating around. And to do that, you just double click on any frame. Let's do that example again with this title. So sometimes, let's say the subtitle box is really low and the title box is really low. And if I'm here and I'm trying to select this, it can be hard because my title's on top of it. So if I'm on title and I double click on any of these squares around the bounding box, it's going to shrink it up so that then I can move it around easy and it's not getting in the way of some subtitle. So like here, I can't click on author because my subtitle text or box is too big. So if I double click, it shrinks it up. I can move it around and then adjust as I need it. Shrink it up again, there we go. And so that just cleans up your design so that you can navigate it a little bit easier. And speaking of navigating, there are two tools that we use for navigating, V and H. So I'm going to do the H first. H is my content grabber. When I click H, it gives me this little hand so I can move around on my box or on my design. So I'm moving around to these photos that I want to edit. I want to change the frames. But now I need my cursor again. So I could go over here to cursor, the selection tool, or I could simply click V, and now I have it and I can change the frame that I want and adjust it that way. And now let's say I want to go over to the other left side. I can't. I need my H to now have my content grabber and I can navigate around this document. And now let's say I need to change the frame again. I click V and that gives me my selection tool and I can adjust things as I need them. So maybe I want that here. Oh, no, I want it to be right in line with this. So maybe like a little bit above. Okay, perfect. So those are the shortcuts for navigation. And the final one, I think, is the One of the other, I know I said this one's the most useful, so maybe this is the second most useful one, is the preview mode. Shift W allows you to see your design all at once without all these like boxes and lines and everything around it. So here I am on my spread. I'm going to click on Shift W, and now I can see what will this look like if it's printed. Let's do that on another one. So if I'm on this example and I do Shift W, now I can see what that would look like printed. So that helps you to see what's the preview of this design. So those are the shortcuts that I wanted to share with you that I think are useful for this project and my favorite ones. I have this as a printout that you can print and have either on your computer or next to you in your notebook to help you navigate the designing of this with even more efficiency. All right, thanks for watching everyone, and good luck.